I'm Gaberielle Butterfield, and today I am at Orchard View, and we are focusing on the early elementary and the elementary here. I'm with Emily Sioma.
Sioma. It's
Sorry.
really close.
Oh man. And she is the 2018 Miss Michigan pageant contestant winner.
Yeah.
So I know that there's a difference between a scholarship pageant and the beauty pageant, and you are a scholarship pageant winner. Can you quickly tell us real fast what the difference is?
So a lot of people think that beauty pageants, they think you start when you're really young, you see toddlers and tiaras people know about, but the Miss America organization is the largest scholarship provider to women in the world. I myself have won over $30,000 since I began competing 5 years ago, and through that we have onstage question, evening gown, a private interview, and talent. And so it's not necessarily just about beauty, it's about all of the things that make you beautiful, like your intelligence and your skills.
Awesome. And so with your reign, you have a full year of activities that you have to do, and one of those things are coming to talk to the students here at Orchard View. It is March's Reading Month, so what are you doing here with the kids?
So I love being able to do school visits. March's Reading Month is one of the biggest things that as Miss Michigan we get to look forward to doing. Just going, a lot of Dr. Seuss books today, because it is Dr. Seuss Day, but being able to share a lot of stories that are really touching to me. Being able to read kids' books again is so fun, and knowing that I'm sharing a story that might have an impact on a child is awesome, but also answering questions. I get a lot of things like, were you a real princess? Do you have a mansion? Is your tiara full of diamonds? And being able to answer fun things like that, and then also educate people about what the Miss Michigan organization is about and how to be a good role model and leader in their community. It's a cool opportunity, and I get a full month of just back-to-back, day-to-day doing that, and it's an awesome part of the job.
So what do you think that, I know that you said that you've competed for 5 years now. What do you think that starting out and now having your reign has taught you, has helped you grow, and how do you think that how do you think other little girls should be able to grow that inner confidence as well?
Yeah, when I first started, I was very nervous. Of course, being on stage in front of a lot of people and knowing that you're being judged, not judged necessarily based on who you are as a person, but judged in these aspects of the competition, it's nerve-wracking. But I really learned through growing in the organization, taking a year off as well in the middle of those 5 years, to understand that in winning this competition or in competing, it's not necessarily about becoming something you think you should be. It's about becoming the best version of yourself that you can be, and the judges are going to see that. And that's applicable in all parts of your life. It's not always about turning into someone you think you should be to get a job or to get a promotion. It's about being the best version of yourself, and anyone can use that. It doesn't have to just be in pageants. It doesn't have to just be little girls. If you do the self-improvement, if you have that self-love, you'll find success.
And what is the biggest thing that you have learned from being in the pageant world?
Cherish the people that are around you. A lot of people are going to talk about pageant competitors as being catty or competitive with one another, but when you're in situations, whether it's in pageants or in the real world, you're going to find people are going to want you to compete against one another, but in competition you have to find camaraderie and support one another, and know that even if you are competing for one spot, you're cheering each other on to do the best that you can.
And so now with this, I know that you have a platform, and you're not necessarily focusing on that at the moment, but can you share with us what your platform is and what that means to you?
Yeah, so my platform is called I Believe You, Supporting Survivors of Sexual Violence, and it talks all about how we create better community spaces and community conversations on how to support survivors of sexual violence, how we break down myths, and how we talk to anyone from children to adults about how to protect yourself and how to look out for one another. So April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. I'm focusing on March, just going into schools and celebrating Reading Month, but April comes around and I'm very excited to share my own personal story and also encourage other people to find the confidence and find those community spaces to be able to talk about sexual violence, how to prevent it, and how to make our communities safer.
In previous talking, not necessarily camera, but previous talking, it kind of rolls into one another. You had said after your reign you would like to maybe go back to school and kind of bring that into the school system. So can you share with us how you're planning on doing that and how that you think that we can better help the younger generation in that aspect?
I have always had a really strong interest in sexual education and adolescent sexual health, and I think that the policy side of things is where we really start to make a baseline to make sure that all students have the opportunity to have an education, especially an education about consent, how to protect ourselves, respect our bodies, and respect other people. So going back to school, whether it's in public health, it's in law, that's why I haven't gone back quite yet, because I'm not sure what I want to do. And school's a lot of money, but making sure that I can be on the policy side of things, working with teachers, talking to community members about how we best talk to our children to make sure that we can create communities free of sexual violence, and that if sexual violence ever happens, we feel as though our children are confident enough to bring those concerns forward so we can address them.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us today. I know that all of the little kids enjoyed this, and we definitely have some video and some pictures to be sharing with all of our viewers on her awesome stay here at Orchard View. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you coming.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. It was such an honor. I get to do events like this where I get to read to students. I visit Children's Miracle Network hospitals, which is one of our partners that we help raise money for. So I get to visit kids who are in the hospital feeling a little sick and just kind of make them feel a little bit better. Reading to them, definitely. Fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. This one has a little star. This one has a little car. Say, what a lot of fish there are. Yes, some are red and some are blue. Some are old and some are new.